Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday the 20th of December. So looking at the euro dollar first, and well, we've put in, believe it or not, we've gone from pivot swing bearish, pivot swing bullish to bearish, bullish again. And on the euro, so just shows how choppy this market really is. As I said, I've been saying over the last few days, week even, where to today? Well, there is the possibility we could start breaking out of this sort of range that we're sitting in. It's erring its way up is the only way to put it. It has put a high low in on the 4 hours. Hasn't quite taken out this prior high here yet, so the lower highs may still be playing into position, but has put a higher low in the short term. So once again, a mixed old bag. And looking up at the 60-minute chart here, just looking, there's quite a nice divergence running there. It's sold off into that divergence, and well, it's got the daily pivot below, so yet again we may just push down towards that daily pivot. Now may just set the signs for the signal for the day. Really, it hasn't pushed any higher than yesterday. It hasn't triggered the bullish signal. It's at the moment still sitting there. It could just roll back here towards the daily pivot, maybe further back towards its 34.50 sort of area, and come back into range. Now on an hourly basis, of course, as I said, intermediate wise, we've got this higher low that's definitely been put in there, and it could continue in that route, but of course this market hasn't been simple, and it could just as easy from this divergence, everything else here, come back exactly, especially to the daily pivot there, may come back further, and it may be at those points that if you want to try and play this upward movement, that you look for potential buy points. The pound, on the other hand, let's have a look at that. Pound, well, it put an inside day in yesterday. First time we've seen one of those for a while on the pound, but it's again just showing choppiness. There's not a lot to be said on that chart really. All it's really showing is still putting in, well, yesterday it did try and break the previous high there. So today it's tried to break yesterday's highs, hasn't quite done it, beg your pardon. So let's just go back that 4 hourly. Yes, today. That's okay. Just checking I wasn't going completely mad when I'm recording this. So not made a new high there. So still, well, lower highs, higher lows effectively we're seeing coming through potentially. We are back, no, daily pivot is below us still. So again, we've still got that daily pivot below us. Again, we could see it pulling back here. You can see I mean, this is a great chart to see how messy it is. Every single moving average, you've got your 200, your 500, your 34, your 21s, your 50, all bunched up within a few points of each other, which just shows you how this market is consolidated. Now, at some point, we may get a decent breakout. It may be on a very low volume day that it actually starts moving with little volume around. It may kick around, but this, as I say, sums it up perfectly. So, well, looking down to that daily pivot, see if that gets caught, and look at the reaction from there. Personally, I'm still, I've found in the mornings at times it's been an easier sell than it has been buy, but even it's not particularly easy either way. So it's not my favourites radar this morning. Okay, let's have a look at dollar yen. Dollar yen looking a bit more bullish, a bit clearer. It's slightly, slightly a clearer chart we're seeing here in terms of small movements, but clearer in terms of what he's trying to do at the moment. It's got the higher lows in there, higher highs, and it looks like it may have a bit of momentum cropping through there to push up. Now it's almost into its daily R1. It hasn't caught the daily pivot yet, which really sort of muddies the water a little bit. And would like to have seen that run. So it's a spoilt one for me in a sense, because it's already running up to the R1. It could come back and test that. Just need to look at what the other markets are doing. If the other markets you start seeing the pound and euro buying, a bit of dollar weakness coming through would be quite good, and we could see this running back down towards that area. But at the moment, it looks more bullish than anything. Aussie dollar. Let's have a look at that. So the Aussie dollar consolidation over the last few days, and I mean the ranges is getting tighter and tighter. I looked at the average true range of some of these markets, and this by far is the lowest of the majors at the moment, with just 49.50 pips, 49.5 pips range, average true range at the moment. Makes it poor for intraday trading. Still opportunities there for swing trading, of course. From a 4-hourly point of view, well, it's just range bound. It is. I can't get a lot of motivation talking about it too much, but at some point it may start pushing up. And now, excuse me. The problem is, if it starts pushing up here, it hasn't necessarily got a lot of points in the move. If we just measure from where we're sitting at the moment, even if it pushes up to yesterday's highs, you're looking at something like 15 pips maybe. Which the time you put your stop on it, it's not great risk reward. It's got the potential of doing so. It may even break those highs, but it's tight old range. It's already moved about 10 of the pips already of the day. Okay, so not a lot of excitement there. And finally, the Canadian dollar. Another one which is ranging. There's, as I say, no real surprises here at the moment. There was people sitting and waiting for action, and well, we may still get some. But the Canadian dollar pushed up yesterday, came within a smidgen of that daily 200. It may have caught it on a composite on a different price level, different brokers' charts. At the moment, it seems to be rolling a little bit. Just come down to the 4 hourlies here. Still got a weekly untouched pivot below, which may be a draw eventually, but it's got the daily above. It's a bit of between a rock and a hard place there. And with the tighter ranges, I'll come back to that daily average true range. That's dropping down now. It's down to 83. Okay, still got some reasonable potential, but it's not where it was. May just roll back towards the 60-minute 200 as it's sitting at the moment. Maybe the S1 there. Right, news-wise today, we haven't got a lot. 1:15, we've got the Bank of England Governor Carney testifying in front of the Financial Stability or Treasury Select Committee even. So that's at 1:15. Could get a bit of volatility kicking around that as he's questioned. I think other members of the committee are testifying beforehand or around the same time, so that could we could see movement before then and around that time. Existing home sales in the US is a non-mover generally. Crude oil inventories have not really done too much for a long time, and if you can wait up until 9:45 p.m. this evening, you've got the GDP for New Zealand there, which may be a mover for the New Zealand dollar, but I don't think we'll be sitting around waiting for that one. So that's it for the day. Have a good one. Bye for now.